Are you struggling financially? Other than your expenses for necessities, you also have that scary debt that haunts you at night and prevents you from sleeping. Lots of financial obligations keep piling up to the point you stop caring for yourself. In this video, you will learn how a single mother with 3 kids and a humongous debt was able to pull herself out of it to create a stable financial future for herself and her family. If she was able to do it, you probably can too. Welcome to EM3 Financial Freedom Strategies, where you learn how to manage your time and money to achieve financial freedom. If you want to know all the essential details that can help you keep yourself up to date about finances, wealth, and investments, then watch until the end. There's a woman, let's name her Carrie, who used to live out there in California. She's a single mom with 3 kids, and due to the debt that kept on accumulating as well as the high cost of living, she started to worry. She has about $65,000 in debt, and she needs to pay $850 for rent. All 3 of her kids are in high school. Child support was not consistent, which is very troublesome, especially for a single mom like her. The loans are getting bigger, and she was facing real trouble managing things. She only has about $32,000 income working as a manager, and she knows she's way out of the income bracket. She also lived in a government-subsidized housing. Thus, she had to make hard decisions in order to make ends meet. Being placed in her shoes, it must be very stressful, knowing that she's alone to face all of these financial woes at the same time. She's in her 50s. Soon enough, she might reach her 60s with debt in tow. Fortunately, Carrie has lots of initiative and drive. She thought she can't accept living like this. She can't have such a debt-driven life, which might affect her kids. Therefore, to reach her end goal, which was to attain financial stability, she decided to seek the help of a financial advisor. After talking and collaborating with her financial advisor, she figured that there are 2 main ways she can do to improve her financial state. 1 was to increase her income. 2 was to move somewhere else with a lower cost of living. One of the first few things that came to Carrie's mind was further education. Maybe she needed a degree to increase her income. Lots of people think the same way. However, she didn't come through because of certain reasons. First, studying for a degree will increase her loans and decrease her income. She won't be able to focus wholly on her job. Therefore, she has to work part-time. In the end, she won't be able to decrease her debt and instead increase it much more in addition to her children's education loans. Secondly, the jobs she can work for do not generally require a degree. Having a degree does help open a few doors of opportunities, but it is a must to consider if you really need it. Her aim was financial stability. Since working for a degree makes the job harder, she immediately scrapped the idea. With that out of the way, she next realized that she could move somewhere with lower living expenses and make savings that would compensate for the decrease in her salary because of the expensive city she lived in. The cost of living in California is considered to be very high. The cost of housing, including rent and property values, is significantly higher than the national average. The cost of food, transportation, healthcare, and other necessities is also higher than in many other areas of the country. Additionally, taxes in California are among the highest in the US. Carrie herself was even amazed at how she was able to pull through, knowing how much money she has to get out just to maintain her place in California. Moving on, she prepared a list of places where she and her kids can move in. She figured that looking for a place with a lower cost of living was the first step of her plan to achieve financial stability. There are many places in the United States with a lower cost of living compared to California City. Some examples include Waterloo or Cedar Falls, Iowa, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Harlingen, Texas, Decatur, Illinois, and Joplin, Missouri. When she was choosing which place to live in, she made several criteria that the location should meet in order to finally seal the deal. Therefore, the second step was to look at which place would give her a higher income in conjunction with being a very affordable place to live in. She didn't want the place to be out of nowhere, so she made sure that there are landmarks in place. With the help of technology, specifically the internet, she was able to apply for a job somewhere in Michigan. The good part is the job is within walking distance, approximately 3 miles from her prospective new home. She was thrilled by the fact that she could save some money on her transportation costs. This is added by the fact that she was able to increase her income up to $45,750 in this new city, which is much better compared to her past income, which is about $32,000. After telling her kids about her decision to move, they were excited. After settling in her place with her kids, she figured that it was time for her third step, which was to budget her cash and list the flow of money. Her new expenses amount to $2,300, with her net monthly income at $3,000. With this, she was able to set aside money to pay for her debt, as well as to save for emergency funds. Every penny, every dollar, nothing escapes her list save on her computer. Her high school children did whine a bit regarding their allowances, but after talking to them about their financial struggle, the children were convinced and stayed supportive of their mom's efforts. Carrie's fourth step was to make her debt disappear after saving emergency funds. She followed Dave Ramsey's baby steps to the letter. First, she saved $1,000 as emergency funds. After 5 years, she was able to pay off her debt. She further solidified her emergency funds by saving 3 to 6 months' worth of emergency funds. She and her children were happy, and they were able to enjoy things that they weren't able to before. Looking at her children, Carrie's last step, she figured, was to teach her children about money. Other than a better future, she believes that teaching her children how to handle money is also one of the best gifts ever. She did not want them to repeat the same scenario, which is why she was consistent with her study time. Looking back on her life now, she now feels that she has been blessed in so many ways. Her kids are happy, she has peace of mind, and she is financially stable, without debt, and without heavy financial struggles. That is all for this video. As always, we in EM3 wish you the best of luck. We hope you enjoyed watching this video, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't done so, especially if you're looking for tips, ideas, and other related information that can help you achieve financial freedom, stability, and independence. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.